with pocket nines. David Williams with one World Series bracelet has pocket sevens. He re-raises to 36,000. Action on Lindgren now. Lindgren looks down at pocket deuces.
Eric has a bracelet bet against Phil Ivey at this World Series, so they'll be rooting against each other.
Lindgren makes the call. DeWolf needs 12,000 more to stay in the hand. And with his nines, he will call. Three-pocket pair will see the flop. DeWolf ahead with his nines. The flop, 4-6 jack, doesn't hit anybody. DeWolf still leads. Lindgren checks it. DeWolf likewise. And with his sevens, Williams makes a bet, 12,000.
Raise it.
Eric folds. And a raise from DeWolf to 24. Williams re-raise. DeWolf all in. Williams calls. That was quick. So DeWolf all in, leading with his pocket nines.
It became a limit war, and DeWolf will be at risk.
No, Roland does not look that at ease, nor does his cheering section.
What'd you have?
I had no pair.
He had deuces. He can't even remember his own cards. No wonder he can't win a bracelet.
All right, DeWolf ahead, but at risk. Turn card is a 9 of spades, a set for DeWolf, but a fourth spade for Williams.
Well, the good news for Roland is that he hit that set. The bad news is his opponent now has a flush draw. David Williams can knock out Roland DeWolf with any spade other than a 6.
And now the river card is a jack, and that's a full boat for Roland DeWolf to take the hand and double up and then some.
Very scared.
You got to buy my fading book.
That sounds like one of those courtesy laughs you give me, Lon. Good for you.
Did anyone else think an ogre was coming on the river?
Yeah, I sort of thought it was going.
An ogre is an actual magic character, but right now David Williams doesn't want to hear it.
David, I just didn't want to see a hobgoblin on the flop. 2 elves, it comes hobgoblin, hobgoblin. So sick.
Roland says he's the most entertaining man in poker. I'm still partial to Chao Zhang.
So as we look at our leaderboard, you see Roland DeWolf is gaining a little bit of momentum, but he's still got a lot of work to do. Chino Ream still the chip leader at this final table. Action will start with Roland DeWolf, UK Player of the Year 2 years running, pocket queens.
Roland says he's about half as good as he'll eventually be, poker-wise, that is, not entertainment-wise.
You heard it right.
What are you doing? You're raising?
What game are we playing?
Yeah, no limit.
Indeed, the game has changed.
Mine's 4 and 8.
Sure.
Okay.
You want any advice on the amount, or?
How about 25? Right there.
Well done, Roland.
He really is showing his true,
Probably evolving into the Roland that I know.
his true skills here with that race.
All right, action on Chino Ream. As a kid, he wanted to become the first Korean NBA player. As an adult, he played poker with Lakers owner Jerry Buss, got no contract, so he's going to stick to poker. He calls with a suited ace.
Did you like that or not like that?
I just like David Williams mucking.
Williams exposed the king when he folded. Action over to Howard Lederer.
Well, I would really like to have exactly a calling hand.
Jack Trey? No.
You don't want a raising hand, just a calling hand?
Just a call. On a nice solid like pair of sixes or something like that, just call and try and hit something.
Howard's kind of entertaining in an academic way.
The queens of DeWolf versus the ace-8 of Ream. 8, Trey, 10. Ream pairs his 8, but he still trails. Roland checks.
Chino's usually very aggressive, but he's just been sitting on the chip lead today.
With middle pair, top kicker, he bets 30,000.
85.
Roland check raises again.
Keep them chips are rolling.
85,000.
So what do you got? Like, you got 2 elves down there?
I think an elf was exposed during the hand, so it's unlikely I have an elf.
They're still talking magic. It's like having a conversation with you, Lon, when you dip into the Dubonnet.
Ream will make the call for 55,000 more. To the turn we go. 7 of clubs, no help for Chino.
All in.
Pardon?
All in.
Roland moves all in for his last 92,000.
Well, that makes sense. Rolling with an overpair to the board, and now he has a flush draw, and he's saying, I'm willing to risk it all. Chino has a piddling pair of 8s.
And those 8s go into the muck. He figured DeWolf had a big hand, and he was right. And that's a good enough read to make it our planner's good instinct moment.
You can tell me after.
Lines and Annie's, please.
Or you can tell me now.
I could tell you no.
How about now?
Annie's.
How about no?
How about after?
How about after?
After will work.
Gino trying to get some assurance he made the right move, and indeed he did, but Roland takes the pot.
The Planters' Good Instinct moment is brought to you by Planters. Instinctively good. The 2008 World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Bracelet event.
Back at the Rio in this final table, just in time to see Pat Hezin eliminated from this final table in 8th place. He'll win almost $47,000, knocked off by Andrew Roble. 7 players left now at this final table. And you know, they could call it the Wall of Dreams. Every poker player envisions winning a World Series bracelet, but tonight it will become a reality for one of our remaining players. Only Howard Lederer and David Williams knows what that feels like. Action on Eric Lindgren. Ace-9 offsuit. He'll raise to $30,000. Back to limit now.
It's a young group left here. Everyone in their 20s except for Lindgren, who's only 31, and Lederer, who's 44.
Ream with King-Jack from the small blind makes the call. David Williams, Ace-6 from the big blind, cost him only $15,000 more. 3 players will see the flop. The flop is 9-8-7. Lindgren hits top pair. Williams has an open-ended straight draw, but Chino has David's high end cut off with a gut shot straight draw. Action will be on Chino. He makes it $15,000.
Chino said his strategy today would be no fear. We see it there.
Williams calls with his straight draw, and Lindgren with top pair will also make the call.
You see how limit strings you along, everyone willing to play for a small bet.
Another 7 on the turn. Lindgren still leads with the 9s. Chino Ream with king high goes for $30,000 now.
Chino leads out again with nothing but a gut shot.
David Williams will give up his hand. Eric with the 9s makes the call.
Well, Eric playing cautiously. He does not have a bracelet.
So heads up to the river. River card is a 6, so 9s and 7s. 2 pair for Lindgren. Give him the check mark. Chino first to act. He'll make the bet.
Chino will fire one last round of snake oil. If I were Eric, I'd be convinced I'm beat. But it is limit poker. Just one more bet.
Probably not bluffing, are you?
Eric's getting like 7 or 8 to 1 on his call. It's hard to lay down.
Ace-10 is good. King high.
Eric shows him the 9s.
Nice hand, Eric.
Ace-10 is good. I sure as hell hope was.
Well, that's what I put him on.
Yeah, that was a straight, though.
You have to be Eric Lindgren to make that call.
Eric makes a tough call like that. How does he not have a bracelet?
Lindgren picks up some very important chips.
I'm doing a lot better over here than I am over there, I'll tell you that. But I'll do a lot better over here than I would over there.
Yeah, Chino started this final table as the chip leader, having trouble finding some traction.
Well, honestly, I haven't had one hand. The one hand I had to fold. Yeah.
That's Marcus Lehman, a German poker pro, a friend of Chino's.
Eric, even though your results have got worse, your game's got a lot better.
I hope so, man. It couldn't get any worse. We'll see if I can close for once.
Scary, isn't it? Like, the better you play.
That's all the old timers say. Boy, they were lucky when they were young.
Yep. Lindgren is just learning about how bad you can run when you start playing well. You know.
See, I don't run bad, Lon, because I don't play well.
All right. Still in limit.